Hey guys, Erica here with the Child Care Director Share podcast. We are recording live today at the CDA's 50th anniversary conference. We have so many amazing people that are coming to the mic today, like this lovely lady. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit about what she does to help CDA candidates in the field.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Hawaida, and I'm with Child Care Ed. I have the wonderful pleasure of meeting her today and having an opportunity to share my story. At Child Care Ed, we support child care providers who would like to pursue their CDA credentials. What's very unique about us is that I come from a bilingual family, and it was really important for me to offer a training that could be reached into other homes in their native languages. So at Child Care Ed, we translate all of our trainings into 52 different languages. And we have a very diverse staff of Hispanics, Arabs, Urdu, so we have very different languages that we can offer and train in.
Wow.
So we're super excited about that. Building that bridge, right? Connecting with families is super important to make sure that it's not just about, coming from our countries and starting here, but actually, making a difference, not leaving what our culture is, but bringing it here, taking the best of both worlds. And the CDA does such a great job with that. It kind of aligns it up for us so that everyone's kind of teaching and training at the same pace, at the same level.
Yeah. So, what would you say, or how would you say the CDA helps folks in the classroom find their leadership and move into leadership?
Mm-hmm. I think it sets a bar. I think that's how we can find our leadership in it, is that it gives us a goal that we can strive for. And then everyone can find their internal, motivation to doing it.
Yeah.
So I definitely think the CDA sets a bar for everyone, and it's easier to follow. It's like a map.
So as you meet directors, you know, throughout the country, what would you say to them who have not invested in having CDA candidates in their program?
Well, I also own 3 daycare centers myself, and I think that is an investment. If you have quality teachers who understand how to do classroom management, that reduces behavioral issues, that it reduces miscommunication with parents. I mean, the CDA covers so many different things in so many different domains that you get the whole package, right?
Yeah.
You get the curriculum, you get the behavior, you get the special needs. And so when you go into a classroom and you're marketing your teacher, it is a lot easier to sell that than to go into a classroom where kids are running around, the teacher doesn't have control. And I just feel like the candidates who have been through the rigor of a CDA, it shows. It shows in the classroom.
Myself too, as a owner of 3 centers as well. One of the things that I think always is like an epiphany for the staff is when they have to do the reflective practice, particularly around professionalism, because that's the first time I think that people ask them, like, where do you see yourself as a professional, right? Because a lot of times they're like, oh, I'm just a teacher, I'm just a TA. They will start every time, I'm just done. I'm like, you're the most important person in the building.
That's true.
You're the one who works with the children.
That's so true.
I think that's the first time that they're asked those questions of where do you see yourself? How do you see yourself as a professional? And I think that's when it starts to click for them. And most CDA candidates, although CDA on its own is very worthwhile, a lot of folks start to get into this group and say, hey, I did that. Maybe I can move towards my associates, right? And then it becomes the snowball effect. So, but that's that first, for me, I think that's the first time that they recognize that there's more for them in the field, right?
I agree. And as a PD specialist as well, my favorite one is reading the philosophy statement, because you start to see a little bit of them inside the process. And I just think it's a revelation that we're not just babysitters. We are teachers, we are educators, we are the foundation of the society. I mean, everything I learned in kindergarten is what I learned for the rest of my life, right? That's the saying. So it starts with pre-K, it starts with the early childhood, and the CDA has set the platform. It's set the map for us to follow.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, is there anything else you would like to leave the listeners?
Don't give up. I mean, being a CDA candidate or being a CDA person, you really have to put the work and grit into it. So don't give up. The accomplishment, that feeling that when you walk into your classroom, you know how to put together a lesson plan. You know how to do the behavior management. You know how to communicate with those families who have special needs children. Don't give up. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I agree. And again, we're employers, so
Yes.
for those of you who are looking to up level your career, this is how.
Yes.
Right? This is how. When you walk in, I gotta tell you, when a candidate walks in
Yeah.
for an interview and they come in with that portfolio binder,
100%.
woo, I'm already ready to hire you.
Yeah, that's
I am
so
ready
true.
to hire. You know, you're already 50% there,
That's
right?
so true.
Yeah,
So,
because
so true.
it's exciting when you see that, when you see how much they've invested into their career, and that tells you that person has unlimited potential.
And the CDA Council does have grants on their website as well as on our website at Child Care Ed. So if you're worried about the money part of it, there are lots of programs that are offering to subsidize those things.
Yes.
And we love the new CDA Birth to 5. I mean, that was such a game changer now that you can get credentialed from birth to 5 versus having the two different ones. So I think
a lot of changes coming up, which we'll hear today throughout the day as we interview folks. So thank you so much for being on the Child Care
Thank you for having me. I
Director.
appreciate it. Thanks.
You did